Good morning, everyone. I feel this surge of energy right now, and so I am hitting while the iron is hot. There has been a struggle here in not the last couple of days, but previously to the last video I posted, where ideas for videos would arise, and I had another idea of stockpiling them and just publish them on the days I had mentioned. It appears life has another idea, which is all the same thing because all there is life, that it has to be more fresh and spontaneous. So here we go. We'll see how this goes this morning. Also, I'd like to share I had the most enlightening and lovely conversation with a loved one, a back and forth about life, love, God, Jesus, and I feel invigorated here. This morning, I would like to ask you a question. If you become still for just a few seconds, are you able to say what your next thought will be? I remember reading that question on the bus many, many years ago. I was going to work. I'm thinking it was Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, but I'm not sure. And I remember just closing my eyes, sitting on the bus and looking and just waiting to see what the next thought will be. And all there was stillness and a beautiful emptiness or space. And the whole body relaxed. I almost could have fallen asleep there. I noticed how the body was tired. I didn't even realize it. And nothing came. So I think something clicked then that thoughts were spontaneous, as they are, as the seeing is now, that thoughts are spontaneous. Before realization, there was always a lot of mental activity here, a lot of ruminating, obsessing, analyzing endlessly, looking at stories, triggers from the past, imagining scenarios, future scenarios over and over again, and it all felt quite draining. And all I wanted was peace of mind. And I tried many things. I tried meditating. I'm sure I have read books on how to become more still. I tried controlling my thoughts, which I thought were mine, my own doing, and surely that made matters worse. It was as though at times they came back with a vengeance. Since realization, the difference is that because the separate self, the belief in the separate self has dissolved and everything has opened up, thoughts are not seen as personal any longer. There is not a little mind inside this head with drawers of personal thoughts. They are universal. And if we start talking amongst ourselves and we share the thoughts that we have, we will quickly find out that a lot of the same ones, the recycled and old thoughts, are shared by the universal mind, such as I'm not good enough, I'm not important, I'm insignificant. Those are some of the ones that arose here and that were taken personally. So now the difference, because they are seen as universal, there's no biting into them. There might be little nibbles here and there, but is not a lot for thoughts to stick to. No stories about them. And as I said, if there's a little nibble here, it is nothing compared to before, and it doesn't last as long. And that is quite liberating and peaceful, very peaceful. And I remember Byron Katie saying at one point how we are like dinosaurs chewing on the same old grass. That's how old and recycled thoughts are. Don't take my word for it. Experience it for yourself. Because if it is only an intellectual understanding, once triggered, that understanding will take a back seat. And the trigger will become all consuming and off we go on a tangent. That was the experience here until 2 years ago. It was quite the emotional roller coaster. especially in my very intimate relationships and in life in general also. Because even though maybe an intimate relationship was over with, old triggers would resurface, and off I went. And I had the feeling, as I said, that the judgments about thoughts, like why do I have to do that? Why can't I be more positive? Why can't I just have positive thoughts? And so I would suggest that you look at that and see for yourself if the thoughts that arise are yours, they're personal to you, although the noticing is in your form. So there is a paradox there, but still have a look and see if instead of being personal, they are not rather at least spontaneous, that there is no one controlling the thoughts that arise, in the same way that I cannot predict how I'm going to feel tomorrow morning when I wake up. Before, I would wake up, and maybe if I felt a little down or depressed, I would start a story about that. Oh gosh, here I go again, and why is it almost poor me? I'm a victim here, and so none of that is happening any longer, and that is quite liberating. So that is what I wanted to share today. Thank you. Have a great day.